The prosperity gospel is fundamentally incompatible with the Orthodox Christian understanding of God, salvation, and the spiritual life. At its core, the movement treats material wealth, physical success, and personal advancement as signs of divine favor and as legitimate aims of Christian faith. This approach distorts both the character of God and the nature of the Christian journey. From the perspective of the Church Fathers, the spiritual life is a path of ascetic struggle, purification of the heart, and conformity to Christ through humility, repentance, and sacrificial love. Christ himself embraced poverty, rejection, and suffering, revealing that communion with God is found not in earthly abundance but in the transfigured life of the cross. The prosperity gospel reverses this pattern by making worldly comfort the metric of spiritual success. It encourages believers to claim blessings rather than to learn obedience, contentment, and compassion. Moreover, the Orthodox tradition views suffering, rightly understood, as a means through which God can draw a person into deeper humility and reliance upon him. The prosperity gospel treats suffering as either a failure of faith or an obstacle to be bypassed through positive confession, thereby undermining the patristic teaching on the refiner's fire and the healing of the passions. It also shifts prayer from communion with God into a technique for acquiring benefits, transforming spiritual practices into transactional mechanisms. Finally, the prosperity gospel fails to take seriously the Orthodox vision of theosis. Salvation is not about maximizing earthly blessings, but about participating in the uncreated grace of God, being healed, and growing into the likeness of Christ. By focusing on temporal rewards, it keeps the believer attached to the very passions, greed, self-will, vainglory, that the spiritual tradition warns against. In this sense, it offers not liberation but a subtle form of spiritual bondage, promising riches but obscuring the true treasure of the kingdom.